An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Detroit!
They'll start on the ground with Breida. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his... And the ball is knocked out. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, and the Buccaneers have it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Jameis on second down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And Winston lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Leopard. Leopard.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now let's go. 319. 319. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Carlton Davis picks it. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The 49ers offense now. They worked their way back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Quan Alexander able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Noah Spence in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit. Over, 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 over.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other. He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll drop to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Bananas Pettis, it's complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Gun!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Carl Nassib. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there as time expires in the 1st half. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Shrugs him off. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 23. One goes nowhere, losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the 2nd half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. From the gun, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Cameron Jordan Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Shaq Thompson in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He'll take this inside the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They've got great field position, obviously, to start this drive. Tie game, do you maybe go a little riskier here with that great field position?
I think some guys look at it and say, let's go. Be aggressive, be bold. Let's get it downfield right now. Other guys will look at it and say, you know something? I think we're in a position to get 3 points if we don't make any big mistakes. Run our offense, get in that spot, and see if you get the 3, and hopefully, maybe even more.
Either way, I bet they're happy to have options. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
This is Breida. And now running right through it. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Gold is able to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let's go now.
Ingram again. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 3rd down, it's Adams, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down, forced out to his left. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Shaq Thompson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Winston now. Being chased out left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd down, Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Returnable here from the 38. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
Super toe.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Noah Spence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Niners on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out come the Bucs now. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs to make sure you move the ball into their territory.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
2nd down, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with a big man. This is Adams. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. They go play action here on 1st down. Finding room at the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing, Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Here's Breida. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run again with Breida, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Breida. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it? Yep. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now it's Breida. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Gun!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Hey, sub. Hey, sub.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Green, triple C. Hey, sub. Sonic. Hey, sub. Follow.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20, 10, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Over!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.